Welcome to Digital Do's with Dylan. In today's first part of our Lexia deep dive, we're focusing on the Resource Hub, a treasure trove of tools to support both students and teachers. We'll explore the scope and sequence of Lexia's levels, dive into some pre made resources, check out a video that will help students succeed with the program. Plus, we'll see how achievement charts and certificates, available in multiple languages, can help students set goals and track their progress. Let's unlock the full potential of Lexia together. So, we're going to start in the Lexia app. Okay, so once you are in Lexia, we're going to go ahead and click on the Resources tab and then the Resources Hub. This is going to be a wealth of information. It has resources, instructional materials, slide decks, skill builders, student achievement certificates, just everything that you need to help support the Lexia program in your classroom. So we're going to start by clicking on this guides and manuals. I'm going to click on the teacher's manual. By no means do I or anyone expects you to read all of these pages, but I do think this right here is a valuable page. It goes over the program structure. So basically, for each level, there are so many units in a level. These levels are assigned to the grade level material. So pre-K skills is level 1, and there's 57 units in that pre-K level 1. Kindergarten goes through levels 2 through 5, and there's a variance of between 59 and 73 units in those levels. And you'll see that as the grade levels go up, the unit number also kind of goes up. There's some that are different, but for the most part, by the time you're in grade 2, the units in each level are 80 to 90. So if you have students on those lower grade levels, they should be progressing fairly quickly compared to those that are on those kind of upper end levels. If you're looking for more of a breakdown of these, if you go back to the hub and click under program references, scope, and sequence, it will give you a layout of the different levels and the tasks that they're working on within that grade level. If you're really wanting to get into the nitty gritty of things, if you go back into that teacher's manual and up at the top, you have kind of an overview of every single level. So if you have a student level 5, you can click on it and it's going to tell you the areas and activities they're working on. And then it's going to go through all the tasks that they're being asked to do in those units. The next thing we're going to talk about, we're going to go back to this guides and manuals page, but we're going to switch tabs to the support for instruction. On here, there are so many different resource materials. There are slide decks that go with each of the mini lessons. So if your students are on a blending syllables lesson, it will literally let you force a copy of a slide deck to go with the mini lesson that they have on that. And it'll tell you objective, warm up, direct instruction, guided practice, and it'll give you like slides and visuals if you want to use them in small group. Over on the left-hand side, you have flashcards, you have picture cards. The really neat thing down here is the Lexia decodable readers. So if you know your students are working on consonant blends, you can pull this up and it is a decodable passage related to the Lexia level that they're in. You also have the ability to print it in black and white as a take-home resource or as a student resource for them to have their own personal decodables. The next thing we're going to do is toggle to the Classroom Resources tab. And this best practices video is going to be great to show your students, to help them get into that Lexia mindset, amp them up for their session that they're going to be doing. And it goes over all the basics of Lexia, tips that they need to help them be successful. So I would definitely recommend starting this at the beginning of your Lexia session. It is 1 minute and 39 seconds. And if not every day, definitely maybe once a week, just to keep them in that mindset. We are moving on to the Student Achievement tab, and the highlight of this section are these achievement certificates. Normally, the certificates print out in English, but if you do want to print it out in Spanish, you can come here, select the level that your students just passed, and it will print out a Spanish certificate for them. You'll just have to write the student's name when you print it out. There's also general achievement certificates. If you have families that speak any of these languages, you can print it out as well, and then just write the name and then the level that they passed. Also on this page, there are achievement charts and goal setting. So there's a student goal setting worksheet that you can use with your students for them to track their progress. I like this reflection piece down here. What am I proud of? What do I want to improve? How will I get there? And then if you want an achievement chart for an independent level, especially those that maybe need that motivation, if you click on the level that they're working on, they can track their progress here. That wraps up our part 1 of our Lexia deep dive. Now you know where to find all of the resources you need to enhance instruction and celebrate student success. Be sure to check out those decodables. Shout out to Brittany Cudd for finding those first. Student starter videos to set the tone of your Lexia sessions, and the achievement certificates to send home and celebrate student success. Now in other languages. Join me next time for part 2, where we will dive into how to use Lexia data for powerful parent-teacher conferences. See you soon on Digital Dues with Dylan. Hey, hey. Yeah, yeah.